So now we understand this three learning styles. Now we're going to take it one step further into motivation. Okay, into motivation, going back to influence and motivation. Okay, it's a different dimension. Okay, so now I'm giving you a lot of dimensions. Okay, and it's like pieces in the puzzle. I'm giving you different pieces, and now in the end you just be able to combine them all together. Okay, will come all together for you in the end. Right now, just take the pieces, understand each piece, and just know that in the end it will come all together. Okay, so another piece I'm going to give you around influence and motivation. Let me ask you this. We talked about, what motivates people. We talked about one of them is the 6 human needs, intrinsic, extrinsic motivators. We talked about the core values, how to elicit them. That's another motivator. Okay. We talked about now the learning style, how to communicate with these people in order to become a master influencer. Okay. And that's why if you notice, doing this the past 2 days, I show you certain things, I illustrate, okay, PowerPoint, or, I draw things, I'll write something on the board. I do a lot of this animation, and sometimes I just talk, okay, and then I do exercise. So you can, so the 3 types of learners, they can understand it, they can get it, okay. The exercise, learn by doing, okay. So now I'm going to talk about what motivates people in different dimension. In commercials, can we agree that commercials are an industry that spend zillions, like billions and billions of dollars just on how to get you to pull that credit card out and purchase, right? Can we agree on that? Okay. And they're doing this programming on continuous basis, whether you're driving the car and you're listening to your favorite music and now you enjoy the music and now you all of a sudden you're like, I've been hearing this commercial for the past minute. Why am I hearing this? And then you change the commercial, right? It's unconsciously programming us when we're on TV watching our favorite, movie or whatever, and then boom, there's a commercial comes in. And they are all dedicated and towards programming us. So what do they do in commercials? Give me I just want to hear a synopsis. What do you hear when you hear commercials? What do you usually, what's the common denominator? What's that? A jingle? Okay, wah, 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 here, over there. Okay, very good. That's good. Okay, so what else? I want to hear more specifics. Catchphrases. Give me an example. Uh-huh. Okay. Right? Okay, good. Good. What else? Makes you feel comfortable about it. Okay, you want to create that comfort. Very good. What else? What's that? You need it, Johnny. You need it. That's called the pain. They stir up the pain in you. For example, let's take a phone, for example, phone service. When you listen to phone commercial, they won't tell you right off the bat saying that, oh, when you get our, service, it's free calls, free unlimited, and, it's cheaper. They won't tell that first. They will say that, but not right away. What would they do first? Exactly. They'll tell you how bad it is right now, like how much money you're investing, and you're just like spending so much money on it, and so, right? For cars, for example, before they show you a commercial for a car where, a family driving, up, open road and with the hair up in the air and everybody's happy and dandy. Before that, what do they show you? Car breaking down, okay? Car breaking down. We say, are you tired of your old beater car? Are you tired of your neighbors driving a nice car and you're not? Okay? Are you tired of spending a lot of money fixing your car? Okay? They get you to feel the pain first. It's like they stab you first. Okay? So influence is really in the business of hurt them and heal them business. Okay? So they stir up the pain, and they're not doing, it's not like they're opening a wound that it wasn't there. We have that wound. What they do is they shed light on it, and now they're focusing on that pain, and now you're seeing that pain that you had a plaster on top of it in the past. Now you're actually seeing it. Now you're experiencing the feeling. Then after you experience that pain, now they'll introduce a product, or they'll tell you what to do, how to heal that. Does that make sense? So what are the twin forces for motivating people? What are they? Pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure. Those are the twin forces that motivate people. What the words? Pain and pleasure. So there are certain type of people who are move away from pain people, and there are certain type of people who are move towards pleasure people. For example, I'm a lot of move towards pleasure person. And I realize in the past what I do is like, I'm enrolling people to, like, for example, in coaching. It's like, you know what? I'll be your coach. I'll pump you up. I'll make sure that you hold you accountable for what you say. I'll make sure that you're on your side. Anytime you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'll give you access. I'll give you tools. I'll give you resources so you can accomplish all the success that you want. And they look like, there's nothing there. And I get you so frustrated. Like, how couldn't you want all that success, all that accomplishment? How couldn't you want that? Until I understood this technology, which is pain and pleasure. Okay? Some people who are move away from pain, they're not motivated by pleasure. They're motivated by the pain. Meaning, if you don't do this, then you're going to keep experiencing the frustration that you're dealing with at your workplace right now. You're going to keep experiencing the mediocrity that you're living in right now. The lack of joy that you have. And now they're like, okay, now they're listening. Okay? So now there's twin forces, pain and pleasure. You're going to keep that in mind. Now, how would you know if someone is move away from pain or move towards pleasure? First, why that's important to understand if someone is move away from pain versus move towards pleasure. Why is it important to understand that first? So you can motivate them. Because if someone like myself, I'm moving towards pleasure, if you try to motivate me by pain, you're insulting me. Right? I feel disrespected and it would turn me off, really. And I was like, you know what? No, thank you. If you're going to tell me, yes, go attend the seminar. If I don't attend the seminar, then my life is going to go downhill. Like, you know what? Thank you. But no, I'm not interested. Okay? So you want to understand where they're coming from, what their modality is. So how would you know that? What would you be looking for? Exactly. So when we were talking about the core values, those three-step process and the core values, that's your clue. When you ask someone what's important to you about your job, if they give me an example, what could they say if they move away from pain person? What could they say? Exactly. Get through the date without having to struggle or without having to go through the pain of, conflict with people. Now you can hear it. It's without. Now you know they move away from pain person. On the other hand, if they're moving towards pleasure and you ask them, what is important to your job, what could they say? What could be an example of that? I made a client happy. I got something accomplished. Now they know they move towards pleasure. Okay? Now, again, are we strictly just one modality or the other? Are we just move away from pain, move towards pleasure? No. Okay? Some areas we are move away from pain. And for example, for me, move away from pain is, taxes. If I don't do taxes, I'm going to get pain. So I want to make sure I get